Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Alf. I'll be your DM for today. I think it'd be best if we started out with knowing our players. Let's start with the overlay from the top. So, Sean, who are you? What do you do? Who will you be playing?
Hi, hello. My name is Nero Sean. I'll be playing Lucian or Lucian. It'll flip flop, I'm sure. I am a part-time VTuber, part-time face streamer here on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer. I play many different games, ranging from RPGs to horror. I'm also playing a silly little warlock boy that I'm really excited about, and I will absolutely be butchering an accent, but we'll see when we get there.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Kitsune Noble. I stream card games, usually card games and gacha games. Yeah. I will be playing Nezra, the halfling historian and a treasure hunter. And I will be creating an accent for this character as the story goes. So, cool.
Amazing. Amazing. All right.
Hi, I am Chabert, your emotional support topiary bear. I do stream on Twitch sometimes when I get the chance to. I do play a lot of D&D though, and that's why I'm here today. I will be playing Warren, the creepy guy in the corner that is trying not to be creepy, but he is. I've been warming up my voice for him because it's going to be a little bit of a job to do his voice.
And with that, last but certainly not least,
Hello, my name's Glitchnix. I am a PNG tuber. I sometimes play video games, never well. I am also a DM over on the Whispering Winds TTRPG channel, where we host a vast amount of World of Darkness based currently TTRPG games, with even our lovely Lucian, Sean, playing in one of those campaigns. And very soon, I think this upcoming week, we will also be running our own D&D campaign, which is nice. It's very
Ooh-wee.
fun. Today, I will be playing Bixlow, the drug-running stoner paladin. He's not sure why he's here yet. He's not sure if Lucy is real. But he's here for a good time, not a long time.
With that being said, I feel like before we hop into the actual game, the viewers and my players themselves might need a little recap of the world. We will be diving into the world of Kareal. We will be heading towards Viremontis, the Jewel of the Skies, set in the Pixian Empire. This will be around 1,000 years after the Adventures in Kareal campaign storyline. The world has changed and evolved a lot thanks to great minds such as Naka, Theodorian, and many more great artificers and Arcanotech innovatives. Rifts have opened up recently. By recently, I mean somewhere between 200 to 300 years ago, causing the foundation of the Riftwalkers Institute, which is set in Viremontis. Bixlow, what are you doing right now on this airship?
Well, I've got a very special job from dear old Dad. I have to watch the cargo. And I tend to find the best way to watch the cargo is to partake of the chewing part of the cargo and just stare at it. I've had to fend off 6 pixies and a small crocodile, but I've kept this cargo safe.
With a hollow look in his eyes. Lucian is watching Bixlow, who has the 1,000-yard stare and is imagining his fight with pixies and a crocodile in the bowels of the ship, while slowly moving crates, organizing, doing what Bixlow was supposed to be doing. Of course, he would never be doing it himself. No. That's the job for his unseen servant. But Lucian is at least supervising.
Bixlo, as you see these pixies and this tiny little crocodile that is around the size of an index finger, but it's gnawing at your ankles fiercely. From the side of your eye, you do catch Lucian kinda standing over his unseen servant as the unseen servant. Make sure that your cargo is well placed and well protected. You can swear there's two Lucians standing next to each other, with one of them, for some reason, having like bear ears coming out of his top hat for some unknown reason. As we will head over to Warren.
Just attempting to be as not like inconspicuous, but like as not there as he can be.
Gotcha. And Nazra, what would you be currently doing as the Silver Lark is heading towards the city of Viremontis?
As it was heading over, I guess I would find a place with no prying eyes. I would go there a bit discreetly, with no notice going towards myself, or bringing no notice toward myself. As I take out a letter, I will strike it with my flint and tinder to create a little spark onto it as it smolders ever so slowly and burns up. Afterwards, I'll try to prestidigitate the smell of smoke away.
As ashes slowly linger in the air as it kind of goes overboard and falls very slowly towards whatever is below you. As you all are doing your best, within the far distance, you can see the city of Viremontis slowly coming into your view. It is a huge set of islands, all floating in the air, with these islands being chained to each other with gigantic steel chains and steel tubes running from one island to the other. You see multiple different airships floating towards the city. From one of the islands of the city, you can see multiple tubes coming out of it and releasing a more green smoke. And right in the middle island, there are 5 islands in total. You see a gigantic crystal. For those who are from Viremontis, you will know this crystal to be the Rift Spire. It is the main energy source of this city that keeps the city floating. It is also currently the only known stable rift structure. As you float in, coming closer and closer to the airship port, from behind you can hear thunder, and if you choose to look back behind you, you see storm clouds slowly following your airship. You arrive at the airship port, birds flying behind your airship, trying to run away from the storm. A lot of the crew of the airship tie the airship down and bring out a set of stairs for the passengers to be able to descend into the port with ease. Within the port, there are null wardens. These are basically the police of Viremontis. They are tied to the Guild Magna and the Iron Choir, which are the Arcana World quarters, the industrial quarters, leading guilds. The Null Wardens you see approach these set of stairs, but do not climb them, as they wait for passengers to descend and arrive into Viremontis.
So still trying to kick off the tiny crocodile grasping one of these pixies, so basically just waving an empty fist in the air and kicking his leg like an idiot. Gonna turn to Lucy. We need to start unloading like straight away. Let's start getting these things cycling off, and then we can call it a day.
Well, it's what I've been doing, if you haven't been seen. I've got it
Wow.
all lined up, ready to go, just waiting for your orders.
He points at the wrong one. Well, then we'll do that then.
Right. And I will turn to my unseen servant. We're going to do that then. And the unseen servant, I can almost imagine, is head hung low, giving a shrug, and it's a living, and is going to start moving some boxes. The boxes he just started moving. Just don't
Big
finish
s-
organizing.
Big Slow the bunny boy will pick up some boxes as well. And with his strength, he's going to pick up as many as he can without losing too much balance. And then we'll start assisting.
For the record, Lucien himself does not touch a box.
Just coming back from a mission, I believe Nesra will disembark the ship and head over to the Institute.
As you disembark, one of the Null Wardens will stop you. Hello, ma'am. Papers and registrations, please.
Ah, yes. Right over. She'll like fiddle around in her various bags and pockets before finally pulling one out and handing it over.
He will quickly check, and as soon as he sees the Riftwalkers Institute's identification, he will go, "Oh, I'm very sorry. Welcome back to the city, ma'am."
No worries. Good day, sir.
Good day, ma'am. And
And she will continue on her way.
very well. Warren, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to recall, did Nezra talk to Warren in regards to being recruited?
Nezra did not attempt to recruit you herself, but you do know that one of the reasons she was on the mission, because you had talked with her about it, was to recruit new members to the Riftwalkers Institute. That is why she went to the village.
So would I be able to attempt to apply here, or do I?
Yes. The Riftwalkers Institute is within the city of Viremontis. It is. I will actually tell you the location. So within the middle is the Rift Spire we talked about. It is also where some of the main buildings of the Arcana world is, which is the manufacturing guilds. The southern island is known as the Echo Markets. It is a bazaar with a lot of trade you can do with currency or non, depending on how you're feeling. Within the northern island is the Vale Shadow Row. It is the oldest district, and it is considered the first place where the divine bled back into the world. And it is the island where the Riftwalkers Institute stands. Currently, you all are on the eastern island, which is the Crucible Walks, which is where the airship port is, where as you worked on the airship for a long time, where a lot of cargo is held, and it is home to the Null Wardens, because this is their primary place of protection, because this is the first place that anyone visiting Viremontis steps foot into.
I would say then Warren will probably just make sure that he's done everything that he needs to do on the ship first, anything that his job requires, and then he'll make his way off the ship to make his way towards the Institute to see if he can possibly sign up.
Amazing. Your job is, you're basically the person who both takes cargo to the ship and off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And right now there's someone who is, you can see very clearly, needing some assistance with their cargo. Well, actually, you can see two people. Bixlo and Lucy. Where they seem to have quite a decent number of crates on the ship.
There's a moment where there's nothing in the peripheral of the other two, and then for a moment, and then suddenly there's just Warren standing there next to them, going, you guys need a hand?
No, bugger! No, look at Lucy. Is he one of yours?
No, he's definitely not one of mine. But
Then where
I
did he
do
come
think
from?
that, probably from over in that direction where he walked from. I do think that we should be fine. It's back-breaking work, truly, but, and as Lucien is filing his fingers while, again, the unseen servant is living up to its name, and doing all the work for him. But I think we'll manage eventually.
I mean, I won't complain.
Wow. Are you? And I'm going to get in very close to Bixel. Are you sure you want him to maybe know what's in the boxes?
You're not going to open the boxes, right?
All right.
That's not my job.
Then yeah. Give
We
us
would
a
love
hand.
some assistance.
Yeah,
Let's
that'd be
get this,
great.
Let's hurry
Yeah,
this
honestly,
along.
yeah, let's get this through this.
How discreet.
Discreet as a sledgehammer.
Very well.
Yeah, so yeah, Warren's just gonna start pulling whatever needs to be taken off.
Warren, you help Bixlo, and Bixlo and you carry these crates down the stairs. As some of the crates float down to your eyes, while Lucien is just walking behind the floating crate, filing his nails. After you have brought down the last of the crates, one of the Null Wardens will walk up to you all and go, "Hello, papers, please?"
Right, yeah. Hang on. Let me just... I got this somewhere. Hold that thought. Quick, Lucy, do a little dance. Distract him. And then, I'm gonna go into
I
my
do not
pocket.
dance.
And because I imagine I've got a totally legitimate medical shipment paper from my father to hand over to the Null.
Totally legit.
What you do have isn't a paper on what's in the crates. It is a decent sum of gold that your father had given you to make these wardens not look in the crates.
Why don't you, here's my, do I have my papers?
You have your papers, yes.
Alright, so here's my papers, and, come here, getting real close. Come on, the ears don't bite.
The warden walks up, gets real close to you.
Now, boss man, we're good friends now, right? We're pretty close. I mean, physically, extraordinarily close. I reckon
Yes, sir.
if
Maybe
I
a little
give
bit
you
too
this...
close.
Oh, come on. I'm so cuddly and fluffy. Now, I say I'll give you a little bit of a pocket warmer. Seem like you're floating away, so light on your feet. Think I'll weigh you down your pockets a little bit, and then you just make sure I'm okay to be here, and then you go on your merry way. How's that sound?
He takes the gold from you, looks at your papers.
I would only like to give him half of the gold I've been given.
Oh, you're only giving half. Roll me persuasion. On a 10, he'll take the gold, he'll kind of weigh it in his hand, and he'll look at the papers, he'll see your name. More importantly, he'll see your surname, and he'll go, come on, sir, I'm sure you can do a little bit more than this.
All right, I'll give him an extra. I'll give him an extra quarter. Oh, you're really bleeding me dry here. You know how to play the game. Oh, mad respect. Go on. How's this?
He'll take the rest of whatever you give, and he'll go,
Just a quarter of the original amount of
Yes.
gold. I'm trying to pocket a quarter of it. He's getting 75%, and I'm keeping 25.
with the 25%, add yourself 50 gold, and
Fuck yes.
he'll go, very well, sir. And he will basically go, turn his back to you, go talk to the Null Wardens, and go, look, he's good, just let him pass. And now the real question is, how are you all going to carry all this cargo?
Oh, I
So-
have my person for that.
Hey, you, what was you, sir, who helped us with the boxes? What was your name?
Warren.
Well then, Warren, do you know somewhere we could procure a wagon?
Maybe at a wagon shop.
Great. I was talking more about locations, but I'm loving the energy.
Kinda new here.
Fuck.
Warren's just gonna walk up to the guy that got bribed.
Yeah.
First of all, he's just gonna, if he's got any paperwork, he's just gonna hold it out.
The warden will look at your papers real quickly. He'll go, welcome to the city of Viremontis, sir.
If one were to be looking to buy a wagon, where would one go?
Well, probably you need to go to the Echo Markets. It's in the southern quarters. As you all are having this conversation, a group of individuals walk up to you, specifically you, Bixlo, and go, "Hey, young master! Welcome back!"
Hey, guy I totally remember the name of.
In front of you is Rick. You call him Ricky. He's been working for your father for longer than you've been alive, basically. He's this very old human. By old, I mean by the world standards. He's around 50, 55. He's got a real big belly and a lot of tattoos going down his right arm. This huge bushy white beard, but he is fully bald, and he'll just walk up to you, get you in a bear hug, and go, "Good to see you're back with the cargo, young master. It's been a while."
It has, you bolting old sponge. How are you?
"I'm doing great. All the cargo's in one piece, eh?"
Of course it is.
I sure hope so. Your dad will kill you if it's not.
Yeah, he 100% will. It's all ready to go. Let me just check. I'm gonna open it a bit. See that I have definitely taken a bunch. All right, I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna head out. I'll leave this in your capable hands. Let's go, Lucy. Warren, you
Hey,
should.
young master, where you going? Your dad's been missing you.
I'm sure he has. I'm just gonna get him a gift, you know. I got some extra scratch from the pickup site, did a little bit of the old card games and shit. So I'm gonna go get him something in town, you know. He loves his presents
Ah,
and shit.
truly
Lucy,
filial you are, young master. Truly filial you are.
So Lucy, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Been good seeing you, Rick. And we're going.
Rick will say, "Ah, welcome back, weird guy. Welcome back."
Yeah. All right, that's enough from me. All right, where are we going?
Hey, Warren. Show us around. Show us all the best shops. Yeah, you're a local. You're totally a local. Come on, let's go.
As all this is happening, Nezra, you are, I believe, quickly heading towards the Institute?
I mean, leisurely strolling. I'm not in a hurry, but
Very well.
yes, I am heading towards the Institute.
As you're heading towards the Institute, the storm clouds sort of catch up finally. It's nothing too heavy yet, but the air has definitely darkened and it has started raining. After a decent bit of walk, you find yourself in front of the Riftwalkers Institute. It is a 5-story building. It's honestly an amalgamation of like multiple buildings kind of mashed together. Giant double doors at the front, with a sign right above those doors that read Riftwalkers Institute.
I was just gonna say I'll go ahead and step inside.
As you open the doors, what you see in front of you is more a hotel lobby than a guild's lobby. There is a giant red carpet leading all the way to 3 desks. On the right side, a bunch of leather couches and coffee tables. On the left side, there's a small bar. The red carpet halfway splits into 2, leads towards 2 set of metal doors on each side, and to the sides of these tables are 2 sets of stairs that lead upwards.
All right. As I enter, I will sort of shake myself off at the door. Got caught by the sudden rainstorm. Wipe my feet and head down the carpet towards the right metal door.
You open this giant metal door. More so than open, you basically put your hand on it. It is an Arcanotech door, more so, where it reads your energy, it reads your magical signature as it opens itself. You head right in, go through like 4 separate doors on your left side. On the 5th door is where your direct superior is. You come across the door of Narrow Tailwind. Narrow Tailwind is an elf. You don't know the exact age of. She looks quite young, and she has this long brown hair with. It's quite messy right now, with big glasses on her face. The room is filled with a bunch of different parchments and documents and different books, and her table is basically a mess. She has made a small clearing where she can work on one single paper, but everything else is very much a mess. As you head in, she slowly looks up and goes, "Oh, Nezra, yes, you were not outing, right? Oh, yes, that village. Come in, find yourself somewhere comfortable, sit down. How'd it go? What happened?"
It was just very uneventful. As you know, it was a mission to just find some new recruits. Sadly, no instances where I can conduct any interesting research, but we got a young fellow, quite big and scary, but a good heart, uh, who may be arriving shortly.
Oh, that's amazing. Hey, you at least found someone that is absolutely wonderful. There there was supposed to be a kid who we sent with you. Did he not come back yet?
There was a letter sent to us by the Institute. They wanted him to pick up some supplies, so he stopped, but he left on a different stop.
I see. Okay, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll be back when he is. First of all, I would like to congratulate you as well. Due to your successful outing, I have been informed that you will be accepted as a Riftwalker finally. The, I believe, inauguration for you to be a Riftwalker should be tomorrow morning. Just come find me when tomorrow morning comes. I'll take you to the meeting hall. Any new members who are looking to be Riftwalkers should also be there. But yeah, once again, congratulations on a successful outing and welcome back.
Of course, thank you very much. I'll take a look around the room. Has research been going well for you? It seems as messy as always in here.
Oh, well, the usual research is sadly on hold as I've been told by the higher-ups to focus on this new thing. Apparently, we are trying to make an artificial rift for new members to be able to experience rifts before actually walking into them. This is to kind of hopefully lower down the number of, you know, deaths. And she gives a slight chuckle with very clearly a more sad look in her eyes.
I see. That would be quite useful too. Gods know I could use the experience.
Oh, of course, darling. But yeah, if that's all for the reports, I hope you don't mind me going back into my paperwork.
Of course, of course. Good day to you.
Good day, Nancy.
And she will take her leave.
Very well. You all find the building of the Riftwalkers Institute in front of you. Once again, these giant double doors. As you head in, towards the left, the bar side, there's a grand piano. You see someone sitting in front of the grand piano, playing a small song. Behind the desks, right in front of you, are what looks to be 3 humans, all of their heads looking downwards, not at you, who have just come in, and they seem to have a quill basically flying in front of them as it takes down notes on a piece of parchments. As I mentioned, there's 2 metal doors to your left and right, and 2 sets of stairs that go upwards.
So the 3 humans are they're like behind the desk or something?
Yes, they're behind the desks.
Right. Warren will get uncomfortably close to one of them, and look them in the face and go, Here for recruitment.
This young lady will shoot up her head as she looks at you, and she sees you uncomfortably close, where you see her startled and kind of jumps in her seat a little bit. She has scarlet hair, wearing what looks to be more butler-like outfits. And when you look at the rest, you see that they're all wearing the same thing. She will do a double take, looking at you and go, recruitment, you said. Miss Nezra just came in. Would you happen to be her recruit?
That'd be the one.
I see. Yes, of course. She will open up one of the cabinets underneath her desk, pull out a set of papers. She will look at the fellows behind you and go, will your friends also be joining?
Oh, also, once he's got her attention, he's gotta, like, step back and make sure not in her personal space. But, he'll turn back and look at the others and be like, so, you guys want to be Riftwalkers too?
What's a Riftwalker again?
Give us, please just give us one moment, and I'm going to do a turning our back to Warren, my arm slung over Bixby's shoulder as I'm whispering in his ear. So the Riftwalkers, they like to travel. They go around. If we're not here, then your father's not going to be paying much attention to us. So
That's
I
very
think
true.
it's a
that's
pretty
very
good
true.
deal.
Yeah. And then
okay,
he's going to go into his pocket while we're in that huddle and just pull out some more of that chewing stuff and then just stick it in his mouth. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay, and we turn back to Warren.
So always wanted to be a Riftwalker.
It's what we've always wanted to be, a Riftwalker, not a Wiftwalker.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have extra fries with that.
Yes. The
Yes.
answer is yes.
100%.
Sorry, this is Sean breaking character.
I think Warren's natural glare state it's just a tad extra glary, but then he turns back to the person he's been speaking to, and I guess they're on board.
All right, very well then. She will take out a few more sets of papers. She will put them all in front of you. Go, you will have to fill out these forms. It's nothing too serious. It's basically saying, after you join the Riftwalkers, the Institute is not in any way responsible for your livelihood, or your lives in that matter, and you will be agreeing to partake in missions, and you will be partaking in the education seminar happening tomorrow morning.
Wait, the what?
You know, I'm not really a morning person. Is there an afternoon seminar or?
Definitely not.
All right. Well,
It's fine. I'll stay up. I'll take uppers. It'll balance out. It'll balance out. We'll be fine.
I mean, where's a pen? Where do I sign?
Yes.
She will put out inks and quills in front of all three of those sheets of papers and go. There you go.
Does it have a place to sign the name of?
Yes.
Like the name. So Big Slow will write Big Slow Elven Mail.
So here's
Elven Mail.
So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna give me a con save.
Okay.
Because these quills are enchanted to make sure that you do not lie on these papers.
Shit.
Oh!
Shit.
Well,
Busted!
13.
As you're trying to miswrite your name, you very clearly write Big Slow Elglade.
Ma'am, your quill made a spelling mistake. That's not my name.
She will chuckle and say, "Oh, I don't think it did."
100%. Look, that's not how you spell elven male.
Yes, she will take the papers from you, and she will basically put them in a folder. Lucy and Warren, I assume you all just write down as normally?
Oh, in perfect cursive. Beautifully crafted cursive.
Beautiful, amazing.
I like to think that Warren just sort of actually stops in the middle of his filling out his to look over at Lucian's and just like admire the work for a bit.
Big Slow's got like scratched in chicken scratch as he was trying to fight the quill.
I'd like to imagine like half of it's
But-
chicken scratch, and then it suddenly starts turning into an attempt at cursive.
Like really
Yeah,
bad.
we're both looking diminutive, and we're like, okay, maybe I can make mine look fancy too.
You know how in certain books, usually in like epic fantasies, the first letter in every chapter is that really impressive
Yes.
scrawl,
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
almost artwork? That is his writing. But it's not just the first letter, it's every letter.
Gotcha.
It's like the
Oh my
SpongeBob.
goodness.
Yeah, the SpongeBob that.
It is pompous, and people should hate him for it.
She takes your papers, looks at them, puts them in a folder. As she looks at yours, Lucian, you hear her mutter something underneath her breath. What's your passive perception?
I believe it is 13.
There's a look on her face that you can't really tell what it is. As she's reading through yours, she will put yours in a folder as well and go, "Well, Mr. Buckland, Mr. Elglade, and Mr. Aaronholt, welcome.
Big Slow's fine.
Welcome to the Riftwalkers. There is company barracks on the second floor. If you go up on the left set of stairs and keep heading leftwards, you will be able to find the barracks, as she will take out keys for each of you and hand them over. You all realize that they're the same set of keys for the same room. She'll go, "There will be multiple people staying in the room at one time. Do be aware. But please, go ahead, make sure you're settled in, and have a good rest of your day."
Right. I do love sharing.
That's fine. My mom was a rabbit. There was like 17 of me. I'm used
Yeah,
to
well-
sharing.
I guess solitude comes with the, you know what? Never mind. It's a conversation for another day anyway.
Yes.
Shall we?
Well, Mr. Aaronhold, just so you know, as you rise higher in the ranks within the Riftwalkers Institute, you will be given chances to have your own personal rooms, considering you stay alive, of course.
Of course. Right. And he gives a smile that's not really a smile, but still, he's trying.
Gotcha. With that, what would you all like to do? No, sir, I believe around this time you would be coming out of the room of Narrow Tailwind. Would you be heading back to the lobby?
Yes, I would.
As you all have handed in your papers and the conversation with the lobbyist is done, you see Nazra coming out of the right metal door.
Warden, have you applied?
Warren is just going to hold up the key that he's just given.
Ooh, wonderful. It'll be a pleasure working with you.
And you.
I might have to ask.
Yes.
I know I recruited you, but the others that are with you, did they join as well? I think I remember seeing them on the ship.
No, we're allergic to boats. We weren't on any ships.
Oh, right. Pleasure to meet you. No, we're very good friends of Warren and thought, you know what? Nothing sounds better than a bit of adventure. So it's Lucian Ehrenholt at your service. And I'll give a big
Nezra.
flourishing bow.
Nezra will try to copy, but it looks very stinted.
Mm-mm.
You said Nezra's a halfling, right? How tall is Nezra?
She is... I didn't write it down, so starting now she will be 4'5".
Fantastic. As a 5... What did I say it was before we
5'9".
started? A 5'9" rabbit boy. I'm just glad to not be surrounded by giants. There's Big Slow will sort of lean down, offer a hand to shake. Big Slow.
She'll take the hand. Nezra.
Firm handshake.
I give a very weak handshake. Although I recently got hired, so I will be joining initiation tomorrow.
Same with us, I think. Was that what we're doing? It was like school and shit. Lucy, you're gonna pay attention. Is that what we're doing?
Sure. Yeah, I'm definitely paying attention. I
Yep. That's us. Yep.
follow orders.
Love to be a member
Move
of
up
the
in the
Death
ranks.
Cult.
Get a
Yep.
room of our own. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's good to be ambitious.
Okay.
I think they're buying it.
Definitely. I'm not so sure they are. But you're doing a great job, Bixlow. Truly. Just the best of jobs. I'd believe it too if I were them.
You mean it?
Definitely.
I knew I was getting
I
better
don't
at
believe a
lying.
word I'm saying.
Lying through his teeth.
Sure am.
So, Warren, we've all got the same room, right? Like, we're all bunking together. We're all in the
Seems
same
like
cuddle
it.
puddle. Fantastic. Lead the way, boss man.
He just sort of froze for a few seconds after being called boss man, and then just turns and walks up the direction that they mentioned, the left.
Very well.
Up the left.
Yep, you head up the left set of stairs, turn left, until you eventually find the room that you all were designated to, room 113. As you head in, there are 4 sets of beds, none currently taken. It is 2 bunk beds. The room itself isn't very large per se. It's just 2 beds to each side with 1 study table and a window looking outside. The walls aren't decorated at all. There is a light fixture at the ceiling, which you can turn on and off like you would any normal lights in the modern world. This is made possible by Arcano Tech. So all the lights are basically arcane, and you don't have to worry about any fires. Nezra, your room, although similar, is a bit different. There's only 2 beds, and you're currently the only person occupying this room. You've been in this room for quite a while, so let me know what your room looks like.
There's a big stack of books next to my bed that has a light fixture on top of it that I use as a nightstand. The beddings themselves are full of spilled inks and various torn papers that have not been bothered to be cleaned up, and various papers, scrolls, and the like have been pinned to the wall with various writings on them, some of which don't stop at the paper's end and just keeps on going towards the wall, or on the wall rather.
Big Slow, having claimed a top bunk, will sort of look at the other two. So what? Now we have like a day to kill before we get up at the crack of dawn to go back to primary school? I don't get it.
I think it's more of an orientation type thing.
Right. What are we orientating?
You do know what they do here, right?
I do, but I don't think Lucy does, so I think you should tell him.
Oh, I would really appreciate it if you would tell me everything that we just got ourselves into, because I definitely am just clueless here as I'm straight deadpan glaring daggers at Big Slow.
Big Slow, who is now hanging upside down by his legs, looking at Lucen, gives a big smile and a thumbs up, but doesn't realize he's upside down, and that might not translate the same.
You know the rifts,
Aye.
right? Well, much like the title, they walk into them.
That is so fascinating, truly.
So they're just
Crazy.
So we just jump in and out of holes all day.
More or less.
Well, fuck, this is gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna nail this orientation.
So we have a day ahead of ourselves. Anyone care to go out on the town or sightsee? I don't know what people do around here.
I am gonna stay safe within the confines of this building, which it would be very scary for my dad to barge into.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just explore the ground, see where I can go, where I can't, learn the lay of the land, typical things.
Of course. Typical things. What about you? Tall, dark, and kind of spooky. What do you have planned for the day?
Well, first, I just wanted to ask, this father that you speak of, is he going to be a problem?
He owns a bookshop, and I've got an overdue book. Sure, let's go with that. I've got an overdue book. Could be in a lot of trouble, so I decided to get a new job. Let's go with that.
What book?
Let's go with
Aye. Tell us all about it.
yeah.
What kind of book?
We're gonna go with 60 Shades of White, The Rabbit's Tale. Yeah, there we go.
Warren, it just I don't know what the look on his face is right now, but he's like,
Oh, good, whatever it is.
About having a read, but I think I'll pass.
You sure? It's a great book. I learned so much about tying knots from it.
Also, Big Slow,
was
you know what?
considering-
Add that book
I still
to
have
your
the rope burn.
inventory, please.
Physics. It's a lie. I don't have it. Fuck. I guess I have this book now. I guess I looked into my bag and just pulled out the book.
Just so happened to be what you picked.
Spoken into existence. Well, I was planning to just read, but if you plan to go around town, I can come with.
Well, Lucian.
Right, wonderful. In that case, let's go out and see. Maybe your friend, the one who invited you here, might be interested in joining us. We can, I don't know, call it team bonding or some bullshit like that. That's what they say, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, shall we and leave this lovely little room of ours? I just want out of this room.
Seeing as I have a full day to myself, after Nezra organized a few things, she would have left her room. She's probably just going to wander around for a bit, but she'll meet the fellas as they exit their rooms.
Amazing. Big Slow, I just want to remind you that this building has a bar.
Fuck yes, I'm going straight there, straight to the pub.
All right, guess we're not going out. Okay, great. Fantastic.
What? I didn't notice the bar when we came in. Look, right, 2 drinks. You know what? I'll even half it. 1 drink. You've talked me down. 1 drink, and then we'll go.
All right.
They might even do the fruity stuff you like.
What about you, big guy? Are you parched?
Maybe.
Listen to his throat. Of course he's parched. Get over it.
Very well. As you head out of your rooms, you see Nezra in the hallway. As you head down to have a drink. You head down the stairs. The first floor is basically the lobby floor, as I've described it. There's still someone playing the piano. Right ahead, past the piano, is the bar. There doesn't seem to be any occupants visiting the bar at this moment. It's only the barman, who is a middle-aged dwarf, looking to be cleaning up some glasses.
Grand. So, pint for me. What are you looking for? What are you all like? Strawberry, razzmatazz, extra malt, pixie blood, whatever it is.
Wine, mostly.
That's what I said, innit?
Uh,
What about for you, Warren? Oh, boss. Nez.
Boss?
Yeah, you, boss. Get over here. Get you a drink. To be so welcoming. God.
She'll hurry over. I'll have a milk.
All right, so we got 1 cat, 1 udder sucker, 1 grape squasher. What are you having, Warren?
I guess I'll have whatever you're having.
Right, and
Oh,
2
you
cups
don't
of
want
cat
to-
piss.
yeah, you don't want that? Okay, well.
All right.
Interesting colloquialisms.
It's not as much a joke as I wish it were. If you've drunk anything that he's had, oh.
What they got? They got the bar written up on a chalkboard, or are they? Or is it like
It's just
walk
the
over
barman.
and ask?
Yeah, it's just the barman.
Just a barman. All right, so I need 2 cups of cat piss, 1 udder sucker, and a squash grape.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
He is looking at you confused as fuck.
Yeah.
2 pints of your strongest ale
Strongest
milk.
ale, you say?
and some wine.
The
Strongest ale.
Moment, the moment you say strongest ale, his face lights up.
Of course it does.
He's like, "Oh, I haven't had someone ask for Dwarven ale in a bit. Give me a little bit, young lad." He'll first get out the milk and the wine, place it on the counter, as he will uncork a barrel and fill 2 pints with dwarven ale as he puts those in front of you. He goes,
I'm a dead man.
"Have a great drink, lad."
Will do. How much?
Y'all are Riftwalkers, yes? It's on the house.
I fucking love you.
Yeah, just try to make it out alive and order another drink next time.
Sure. You take up some of that chew I have. You know what I imagine it was smuggled in, because you have to smuggle that stuff, is because
Yes.
it's a chewing gum kind of thing. It looks like shoe polish, so what it will look like is I've opened up a can of shoe polish,
too.
pulled it out, rolled it up, snapped it into 3, and then dropped it into my ale.
I'm gonna need a con save from you.
100%. I knew this was coming.
Also, Warren, I'm also gonna need a con save from you. Bixlow just increased the DC as all that happened.
21.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Bixlow, you're fine. You're good. You're good,
It was
son.
just his, right? Not mine.
No,
it's
my
just-
DC was harder.
Yeah, you're still gonna need a con
Okay.
save.
Sure. Warren's definitely gonna be like sniffing at it before he tastes it.
Gun on, get it down, you lad.
Alright.
I will say this.
Con...
So
Hmm.
you know how when you smell vodka, right? You don't really smell anything too much.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you don't smell anything too much.
For the fact that it doesn't have any smell,
Yes.
Warren will not nurse it and drink the entire content.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh my
You're
god.
chugging an entire pint of dwarven ale. You know what?
Yeah.
Your DC also went up. Give me that con save.
Okay. Here I go.
We're losing a party member.
Oh, I'm not gonna die. I'll just
We made
fall
it,
on the floor unconscious. It's fine.
We avoided the you all meet in a tavern cliche. This is where we're out, so we had to kill one of us in a tavern instead.
The players
did not-
yearn for the tavern.
I did roll a 14, but it didn't look like it came up, so hang
Oh,
on,
it
let
didn't come
me-
up. No. A 14, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to know, as soon as you chug it down, the first thing you feel is it's like your entire throat is in flames. And it hurts as it goes down. You are feeling physical pain as you're chugging down the ale. Right after that, you immediately start throwing up.
For a split
Oh.
second before you start throwing up, Big Slow was looking at you like he had found a new idol. He was getting ready to worship the ground you worked upon, and then you leaned forward, and you're just quietly nodding and understand.
Which, by the way, we're not done.
Oh no.
As you throw up, you fall unconscious right into your vomit.
Yay!
I will say
Oh,
right
bro.
now, both of your DCs was a DC 20.
Oh no.
That's rancid. Oh god, I'm gonna prestidigitation the vomit away.
Sure,
I'm not
I'm
waking
gonna
him
help
up.
with that. I'm helping.
No.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Sipping my drink.
The two mages at the back make the vomit on the floor and on Warren disappear. Warren, you are knocked unconscious. You're gone,
That's
my
fine.
friend.
Can I get a water?
Of course, lad. As he will put a glass of water right in front of you.
Thank you. I'm gonna pour it on Warren. Straight from counter on to Warren.
Yeah, Warren, you're also wet now. unconscious and
Jesus
well.
Christ, Bixlo, we drop. All right, and I'll prestidigitation the water away.
That always worked when
Gotta
my
love
dad did it to
press.
me.
Your dad was an asshole. Well, I guess, yeah, fair. You know what? It runs in the fucking family. All right.
Hey, we don't all run. Some of us hop.
Just help me get him back to the room, will you?
Oh, we'll be right back, Nez. Enjoy your milk. Like,
I don't think I can anymore.
gonna
Mm-hmm.
drink in right hand, gonna scoop up Warren with the underarm with the left, least graceful and dignifying way to carry somebody, and just walk him back to the base.
Sure.
Lucian is following. He's not helping. He's just walking behind with his wine.
Swirling it.
Yep. Yep. Just like that. You're doing great.
Thanks. Oh, help me guide him through the door. Oh crap!
Yeah, a little to the. Oh well, no, that was his
no,
head.
no,
Oh
no.
fucking
Oh,
Bixlo
oh,
again.
no,
Okay,
no,
all right.
He's okay. He's not bleeding.
It's a good thing he's unconscious. It's gonna be. Oh no.
Yeah, we'll blame it on the hangover. And just put him
The
on
whole way back to the.
Bixlo, you lay Warren on whichever bunk he decided to claim as his. And
Sleep tight, princess. I'm gonna tuck him in. Little
Sure.
pat on the forehead.
Sure. You tuck him in, and I'm assuming you two will be heading back.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not a lunatic because I also spiked my drink, so I am just finished. I'm just drinking it at a normal beer pace.
You two head back to the bar. Nezra, I'm assuming you're sitting at the bar still.
Yes, I am.
You see Nezra sitting at the bar, the milk still on the table.
So then, we were gonna go out in the town, but then poor bloke tried to keep pace with me. So are we still heading out on the town, or are we hanging fire? What's the call here?
I feel like it might be better if we do it as a group. If it was supposed to be a team building exercise, and also, and I'm leaning into Bixlo, also it means we'd have more bodies between us and your father if he does come after us. So I feel like we should maybe wait for Sir Warren to wake up before we
You know what? You're
go looking
so
around.
Right. Tell you what,
Mhm.
hold my beer. He hands you an empty cup. Even the chew in the bottom is gone.
I don't grab it. Just let it fall.
It's a wooden
Awesome.
cup, right?
No,
Is it a wooden cup or a glass cup?
It's glass. It falls to the ground and shatters.
Pixel,
The
100%
dwarf-
believe me.
The dwarf looks a little bit annoyed at you destroying one of his cups.
I'm walking away. I just went to hand him my empty cup and then let it go, thinking you'd taken it from me, and just walked off.
Apologies for that. I'll snap my fingers and I'll cast Unseen Servant to start cleaning it up. As I'll sit across from or next to Nezra.
Amazing, amazing.
So, we've all met briefly. Us anyway. Warren, lovely fella. Tell me a little about yourself. Who are you anyway? Warren hardly ever told us anything about you.
Me, I'm just an explorer. Joined the guild. I want to see new sights, and just there's so much. Have you ever been in a rift?
That feels like a loaded question.
Then let me clarify. Do you know what goes on in a rift?
What's in the books and so forth. Can't say I've gone in for fun before.
It is strange, completely unknowable what happens inside. And that is the fun of it. It's fun to figure things out. And that's why I joined the Riftwalkers.
Well, that is enthralling. And if it's the four of us making a great team, maybe five, maybe we can find a fifth, who knows? And I'll look over at Bixlo, who's wandered away, I guess.
Yes.
I've gone back to the room. I'm gonna go. I'll get when you.
Okay,
guys are done, I'll
okay, there he goes. So I'm gonna level with you a little bit, Nezra, Miss Nezra, if you'd be so kind. We don't know why we're here. We aren't really sure what we're gonna do here. So, I'm willing to learn. If you point us in a direction, as my dear friend Bixlow has called you our superior, the one who has more knowledge, the one who's been here a little longer than we have, you point us in a direction and we will go. You tell us to jump and he will to ask how high. I won't, but he will. And I mean this with all the care in the world. Are our lives that in danger for the very close foreseeable future?
How good are you at protecting yourself?
Yeah, I've survived long enough.
If you're good at surviving, then I do think you'll do just fine.
Perfect. This sounds like the place for me. Is there payment? Are we doing this as volunteer work?
DM, do we get paid?
You do get paid, yes.
We get paid.
This sounds like a marvelous job. All right, in that case, I guess we're calling it a night early, at least until Warren wakes up. So, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer before I skedaddle to make sure that my compatriot doesn't blow anything up.
I am a bit curious. What is your relationship to each other? You and Bixlow? You know each other very well, but...
We
Well-
are, that is a very good question, actually. I wouldn't say friend, I wouldn't say employee. God forbid I ever enter his payroll. But, two fellas of a similar cause currently, bound by, a debt of gratitude, I would say, is the best way to put it. And also, if I
see.
look away from him, he might walk off a cliff, and well, I'm partial to the bugger right now.
Well, that would be my next question. As I said before, if you know how to survive, you can do quite well for yourself here. But if we are going to be working as a team, will Bixlow be a liability?
I will be honest with you, that depends on the day. But because it's for not only my well-being, but his as well, I can at least help steer him in a correct direction.
I see. Well, if I were to be frank with you, do know that if he seems to be causing some trouble, I do believe I will not be helping.
You know what? That is fair enough. That said, a lot of the time, won't be him causing the trouble, but it seems to find him. Anyway, I am going to go, again, make sure he doesn't just fuck off and die. So, good seeing you, Nezra. Nice meeting you. I look forward to our working relationship, and enjoy your milk, or don't, because that was a mess. And he's going to turn and start walking away.
Good day to you, Lucian. She will down the milk and look toward the bartender and be like, keep him coming.
The bartender will keep the milks coming.
Another.
I'm taking my wine glass with me.
Yeah, that's fine. Lucian, you head back into the room. Bixlow, what are you doing?
I walked straight to the room. They said we're gonna call it, or at least until Warren wakes up. So what Bixlow did, he went, okay. He walked into the room, pat Warren on the face, and used all 5 points of his lay on hands to cure the poison in his system and wake him up.
Does lay on hands get rid of conditions?
Poison or
Poison
disease,
condition.
yeah.
Poison
Oh,
or
I
disease.
See, I
5
did not
points.
know that.
You expend 5 points in order to do that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and at level 1, you only have 5 points.
Yeah, so I've just expended all of my points. Up you
Amazing.
get, lad.
Warren, you wake up, your head throbbing. You do not know the reason why.
It's a pure cure on the poison. And
Yeah,
so
it must
would
have
be
been the
hangover
beer.
too. It must have been the beer. Definitely not the mild concussion I accidentally gave you. Warren, you took it too fast there, bruv. I've tucked you in. I've woken you up. You should be sober. Come on, the others are waiting for us. Let's go.
What the hell was that?
Oh, dwarven ale, fella. You don't chug it like it's water. No, that's a tequila thing. No, you silly bitch.
Dwarves normally drink poison.
I'm 80% sure that that's just their own blood. They don't give us the pure stuff. They drink it and they piss it out, and that's what we drink. They're some hardy fellows, those dwarves. Lost every drinking contest I've been in one.
Oh. I
Yeah.
swore I vomited.
You did. The Nez and Lucy, they cleaned you up good proper. Go on.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
It happens, fella. First time I went drinking to show off to Lucian over there, I made a scene. I'll tell you about it sometime. Come on, let's get you a water, fella.
Yeah, he's gonna try and stand up.
Gonna
If he
help
can.
him. I'm gonna help him.
Yeah. Warren, you can stand up. It's just your head is throbbing.
Oh, by the way, I can do some healing stuff. Cleared your head right up. It's only been like 5-10ish minutes. I thought I'd let you lay down for a bit, collect yourself. I didn't want you to just spring back up covered up in your own vomit. That would have been even more embarrassing. Trust me, it's happened to me before. It's not great. And you're just like, oh, I feel so much better. Oh, they're sick in me chainmail. It's not great.
Chemical induced healing.
No. Magic. Like, waves his hands as if he would show off his play on hands, and then his hands don't light up at all, and he just smacks the side of his right hand a bit. I'm spent. I've got a little bit of what's the word for it? Hocus pocus a bit. Can't cast anything real, but I can fix people up. It's not like glue a leg back on ending, but it's pretty good. Get rid of your stab wounds, clear your hangovers.
Interesting. Okay. The funny thing is, I'm in the process of trying to learn how to put a leg back on.
Oh, you down a leg?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Fair enough. Tell me about it. Let's
No,
go back
I
to
mean,
it.
like, someone else's leg.
Oh, what happened to their leg?
It's a hypothetical situation type thing.
Oh, you're looking at getting to the medical field.
That's the one.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you. You make good scratch. I worked for about 15 minutes in a medical tent hiding from the people at the bookstore. Made a fair bit of coin. Let's go to the bar. Get you some water. Stabilize your head. Get you hydrated. I'm gonna go have another pint. Not that dwarven stuff. That shit hurts.
Okay, good idea.
Do I run out into you in the
Yes.
hallway again?
Yeah. Yeah. You're like coming back as we're walking back.
Yeah. Lucian holding a wine glass. There's a floating wine glass behind him of his unseen servant who's also holding another. Good morning. I was not expecting you to be awake for a little while.
Yeah, I did the Healy hands.
Ah,
Jazz hands with his right hand only.
fair enough. I thought you
What?
swore off ever using that to get rid of a hangover or...
My hangovers, it felt
okay,
needlessly selfish.
Oh, my mistake.
Also, it kept sobering me up, so of course I'm never using it on me.
Here, Warren points at Big Slow and goes, he gave me a handy.
I almost spat out my drink.
Lucian will freeze and go,
I was drinking water. Fuck
I
you all.
I'm so proud of you for figuring out what you really needed in life, Big Slow. If you two need more time alone together, I can just Nezra's a great conversationalist, so I could always just, you know
No,
what?
gonna-
I'll leave you two.
You know,
Have
no,
fun,
I
good
was-
luck,
we're
and
going-
enjoy
we're going
giving
to the
your
bar.
handies. And I leave.
Why are you being weird about this? Bring your fucking ass back here. No, let's go to the pub.
I'll just
Yeah,
get
and
a
then we all
vodka
re-enter
to
the bar.
Yeah.
You all re-enter the bar as you see like 5 glasses of milk in front of Nezra, all empty.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, a real oddie sucker over there.
Another.
The 6th glass of milk placed right in front of Nezra.
Can we get a water and a pint of something a fair dinkum bit lighter, but not too light of ale?
Very well, lad. He will first place the water, and then he will fill a glass with ale. He'll put it in front of you and says, 1 pint of dragon piss, right for you.
Perfect. You know me so well. Gonna drop more of my chew into the drink and then.
And then roll a con save, yes.
Of course, roll a con save. We know what? I'm gonna be doing drugs. That's. Nope. Just don't make me pass out. That's all what drugs do.
No, you're
Use drug your way
you-
for hallucinogen.
you've drugged and drank a lot to not pass out from this. That being said, you are very much hallucinating, and the little crocodile's back, and that sucker's biting your ankles again.
Just gonna keep trying to, just looking at it, occasionally kicking my leg off to the side.
Yeah, it's just stuck on there, man. It's just hard stuck on there.
Simon's back.
And Lucian, by this point, I would say you know who Simon is.
Sure do.
So,
Mhm.
gave him a healing handy. He's up and about again.
Things you really shouldn't say in public.
I did not know you could heal with such an action. That's truly incredible. I should.
Yeah, I've got
noticed
magic
this.
hands. I can heal all sorts of wounds. What do you think I mean?
Well, you cured the poison with your hand.
Well, yeah, that's what I did. Why are you being weird about this? I've healed you with my handies plenty of time.
Yeah, you siphoned the bad stuff out of me.
I'm sure he did.
What's with your face? I don't get it. Do you smell something? Like,
I think Lucian's done drinking his wine. Like half drunk, he just puts it down. He's done. No more.
That's fair.
Warren's also been super serious the whole time. He's not
Yeah, I
laughing
know.
or
That's what makes it worse.
So,
Whatever
on the town or
you do with your handies in your own spare time is between 2 consenting adults.
what do you?
I just don't need to be privy to said.
What do you not want to know when I've expended all of my uses of my healing hands?
There's a time and a place, Big Slow, and I feel like we've had this conversation a lot.
Why are you being so weird about this? I have used my healing hands to fix you before.
Mm-hmm.
You daft melt. What's this
That's
about?
not what
what am I?
No,
What?
that's not
What? Explain to me.
No,
What
no,
you're on about?
I won't. No,
Big
you know,
Slow's gonna
this is not.
finish
This
the
is not a
wine.
conversation for here, Big Slow. This can be a conversation later
Look.
between again when we're not in a public place.
Look, Nez, you know things. You've been here for a while. What the fuck's he on about?
All right. Well, Jesus.
How's the dwarf taking this whole entire situation?
He's privy to the entire conversation for sure.
In the middle of this conversation, he has filled a pint for himself. As he's listening very intrigued at this conversation.
Well, I do believe that some folk would lay hands on each other for reasons other than healing.
What? but that's the only reason I lay my hands on people. Otherwise, I use a sword. Like if you were injured, I would lay my hands on you and fix your injury.
And I
Which is
greatly
what he did.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
See, she gets it, you fucking creep.
You see the dwarf kind of, while drinking his pint a little bit, almost spit it back out. And then physically stop himself by putting his hand on his mouth.
You said you wanted to hit the town, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nez, you're a local, right?
I've been here for a bit.
Why don't you show us around? Show us your side.
Well, I don't know much for tourism. I know where most of the basic shops are. Oh, I do know where the bookstore is. I do go there a lot.
I do like books. Sure.
Have you heard of the new sensation throughout the city, 50 Shades of White?
Oh, The Rabbit's Tale, yes. Yes, I've got a copy.
Oh, so you've already read it. Impressive, it's quite the read.
It is quite the read. I learned so much about so many things. I didn't realise
Very
they made books
insightful.
that short.
Oh, they make them for all kinds of... Because there's different kinds of people. There's short ones, there's long ones for those taller folks. You should see the ones that halflings use.
You don't say, you don't say. Fascinating.
Anyways, we're walking out.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Very well.
Get us out of this scene.
Healing handies and 50 Shades of White. I love it.
You all head out of the Riftwalkers Institute. I will say the storm has picked up quite heavily.
Maybe it's not a good day to go out.
Big Slow stood there just drenched, walked a good 5 feet before he realized everybody else stopped at the door and turned around. Why?
I'll look towards the group. Do we still wish to move out?
Rain never really hurt anyone, right?
I mean, if you want to just have an indoor at the bar day, we can have an indoor at the bar day.
I think I'm fine with getting wet.
As you say that, you hear the crackle of thunder. Not really that far away, as the entire sky almost lights up with the lightning that fell down.
Sick. Instinctively, to try and be less tall, Big Slow's ears will flatten. Will just flop down.
You are now 5'7".
Are you telling me my
Your ears are only 2 inches long.
Yes.
Also, the ears counted towards your height.
Apparently so. I didn't think they did, because those things, look at the art, those things are like a foot long.
You know what? Fine. You're now, what, 4'9"?
That's not...
Alright, Short King, let's go.
You want foot-long ears? You get foot-long ears, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll accept 5'5".
Fine. You're 5'5".
I think Warren's is gonna turn
still
on his
taller.
heels and go, I think I'd rather the water inside me than on the outside. Thank you. And just walks back towards the bar.
Guess we'll reserve the exploring for another day. Let's go. Walk inside. Lucian, could I ask a favor? I am dripping wet. Could you, like...
No.
Fuck. Straight to the bar.
I was seeing the puddles he's leaving behind. Fine, and I'll prestidigitation him. Dry. His clothes, anyway.
Thanks, buddy. Big fan. His ears stand up straight, but that one ear just still folds at a funny, like a good, almost 90-degree angle.
a little bit of time passes where you eventually call it night. You all head to your own quarters. You all wake up basically at the crack of dawn. With that, you all hear a knock at the door. Standing behind Warren is the same scarlet-haired lady that you all had seen at the lobby, who had taken in your registrations. She will look into the room and say, if y'all are ready, we will be heading towards the orientation hall.
Sounds like a plan to me. Rise and shine!
Yes. I'm with you. All right, let's go. Where are we going? Lead the way.
With that, you all follow this lady. Nezra, I'm assuming you already would know where the orientation hall is. Would you be at the hall before or after the group has arrived?
I'll be before.
Very well. This lady takes you to the orientation hall. To go to the orientation hall, you all head down to the first floor first, and then take the stairs on the right. Follow it until the end of the corridor, where a giant metal door is once again. This metal door opens into what looks to be a university classroom. They use it as an orientation hall. You all see Nezra already inside. As you all take your seats, a little bit of time passes as someone basically storms into this orientation hall. Nezra, you know this person as the director of the Riftwalkers Institute, Velric Corin. He is decently old dwarf. He wears a half a mask covering his face as he basically thumps down to the very front of this room. He looks at you all and says, "Ah, good to see you all here. It's always an honor to have new recruits within the Riftwalkers Institute. You all will be basically grouped together because we have no one else to group you with. I'm not gonna mince my words. By the end of the month, if half of you are alive, that's a good count. That being said, to keep it at a good count, the Institute has recently developed a simulation rift to test out these new parties and give them a experience of what a rift is like before actually sending you all out on missions. Now, I know this is called an orientation, but you all will not be learning anything here that you already did not know coming in this is. A little while later, Lord Ivan Tessari will be coming in and taking you all to this new simulated rift, where we will be testing out your teamwork. While it may be simulated, do be careful. You can still very much lose your lives. Any questions?
Big So's gonna look at Nezram, sort of look over his shoulder at the back of everyone, because you said that Nezra knew who this person is, but they didn't actually introduce themselves to us, right?
No, they did not.
Big So's gonna raise a hand.
Yes.
Who are you?
Well, I am the current head of the Riftwalkers Institute, the current director, Velric Corin.
No further questions, Director.
Good to know. Any other questions? From anyone else?
Warren will raise a hand.
Yes.
Although this is supposedly a simulation, is it dangerous?
Yes.
Very well.
Anything else? Well, seeing that there's no other questions, I will be seeing myself out. Your guide should be here soon enough. You can keep seated, as he will, just as fast as he came, leave the orientation hall. Is there anything you all would like to do while waiting for your guide?
I think Warren's just gonna pull out the equivalent of a scalpel and just start sharpening it.
Start doing what?
Sharpening it.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm gonna pull out my 50 Shades of White.
You gonna read that?
I'm gonna try to. I am very stoned.
Nezra will peer over and read.
Seeing that, I'll just sort of lean over to Nezra and we will read together.
Lucian's gonna consider how they're actually gonna survive.
Gotcha.
Looking around at the three.
A little while later, what looks to be a younger goblin will walk in. Hello, everyone! Lord Ivan has sent me. I will be your guide today, taking you all to this simulated rift. I have been giving the location of it, and I'm hoping that all of you are ready. Well, I'm assuming you all follow
Yep.
the same goblin. You all head out of the institute, go through some back alleys, into what looks to be a construction site with a small crystal right in the middle of it. The goblin goes, "Well, if y'all are ready, feel free to place your hands on the crystal, and you should be soon taken to the simulated rift."
Well,
All right. Before we
So-
enter,
Mm-hmm.
I think we need a safe word.
Like in 50 Shades, I'm with you.
Not quite. Like, you never know what you find down there, so I would like a word that lets everyone know that you are in fact you.
Sure, you're the expert.
All right. Mine will be milk.
Okay. I'll go with sobriety. That's something I'd never say.
look over at Warren and shrug.
Equestrian.
How about pumpernickel?
I thought yours was going to be thank you. Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Pumpernickel works.
When was the last time you actually? Good point. I never say that. Thank you. Sure. Or sorry.
You never say that either.
You've never deserved it. All right.
What the
Anyway,
fuck?
shall we?
Put my hand onto the crystal very indignantly.
Warren will be a little hesitant at first, but then he'll put his hand on it.
I'm gonna take my hand off the crystal. Look, Warren, you seem nervous. Think about it this way: you got a big rabbit tied behind. Lucy over there is pretty adept at all that magic shit. So I don't know what your skills are, but you know, if you can play off of the two of us, you'll be fine.
I'm here too.
What do you do, Nez?
I record what we find.
Neat.
Brilliant. Sounds like we have the perfect party composition. And I will touch the crystal.
Amazing.
Nezra will touch the crystal as well.
Amazing.
Put my hand back on the crystal.
Beautiful. As all of you touch this crystal, you are transported. The area around you is fully lush green with beautiful purple flowers around you. Right ahead, in front of you, is a set of ruins.
Nezra will pull out her cartographer's kit and start drawing up a map.
Big will draw a sword that was pretty obvious he had on his side, and will look at his gauntlet, hit it with the pommel of his sword a couple times. Nothing will happen. He'll shake his wrist and then slam his own wrist, and this little metal structure will shoot out towards his elbow, and then will snap round in a circular formation as lots of different panels open up and lock into a shield.
Beautiful. Around you is a bunch of small mountains. If you look back, there's also a pathway that leads to who knows where. But when you look back, you can see shadows of large structures that you can't really tell what they are.
So if I was a betting man, that way.
Feels like we're supposed to go towards the ruins.
Glad I'm not the only one. Unless one of you is hiding an insane ability to sword fight. Maybe I should take the lead.
Well, I'll be happy to take up the rear.
I'll pick the middle. Middle
All right.
back, I guess.
All right, big guy, where do you want to be in this really off sandwich?
If there's room for it, Warren will be up front with Big Slow.
You all start heading towards the ruins, going past this giant, what looks to have been an old city gate. In front of you is even what you would describe living in Karel as the ruins of an ancient city. A little bit ahead, you see ruins of a hippodrome that was once there. Almost right next to it is what looks to have been an antique theater. As you pass through this area, you see up ahead it looks like a stone road. To the sides are gigantic columns. On the columns, in a language you do not understand, there are writings.
Nezra will write down the symbols or the language she sees. Do I recognize this architecture? Have I seen it before? Or studied it before?
Let me ask you. I'm gonna send this to our group chat in Discord. Do you recognize the structure, or do you think Nezra would?
Yeah, I'll just say no.
Very well. You're unable to decipher exactly where this is and where you are, and what sort of civilization this structure belonged to. Anything you all would like to do?
Is this something that knowing what this says might help us here?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the writing. Is it in Dwarvish or Elvish?
It is in a language that none of you know.
Hell, we just entered this. Yeah, I'll blow my one first level spell slot for comprehend languages. I don't have any damaging first level spells anyway.
Okay. So,
And then
this,
I have no first level spell slots.
this is what it looks like. This is the English version, which you should be able to read. You are now standing, as you can understand from these texts, within the ruins of Ephesus.
Okay.
This is not a piece of land that exists within the world of Karael. Ephesus retained its position. This is what it says on the writings. As the
Oh, they
seat-
sieged Constantinople. Right. Sorry. Yes. Okay.
as the seat of the provisional governor, and thus also a political and economic center, even after the new organization of the Roman Empire. Basically, it is an explanation of how Ephesus was taken over by the Roman Empire, eventually Byzantine, later on the Ottoman dynasty.
An interesting city that's been raided several times.
Yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic. I'm gonna use Divine Sense and look for undead.
Of course. As you use your divine sense, let me know what it looks like.
It's sort of weird. Because I imagine in this world without free gods, there's a lot less religious fields, which is where a lot of paladins come from. They're just sort of self-spawning in this world, I guess. So this is definitely a case of a self-spawning paladin, as he'll sort of just plant his sword into the ground and start looking around, and his ears will twitch, but then there'll be this sort of ripple in his eyes as they'll sort of go into this psychedelic purple and blue iris as he's like scanning the horizon, and his ears will sort of move in separate directions, acting almost like a sonar to pick up any little detail for this particular type of creature he's looking for.
Beautiful. And I will also let you know that since this is the first time you've tried to use your abilities as a paladin within this rift, your senses feel almost strengthened within this rift. You feel like you're able to sense much further than you have ever, and I mean ever, sensed before. And I will tell you right now, there are 0 undeads within the area that you have sensed.
Well, that was a power trip. So there's no undead in the area. They wouldn't send us against fiends, would they? It's inappropriate to send us against a bunch of things.
We won't be learning anything if we just stick around here, so shall we skedaddle?
Okay, let us keep moving. As they're moving, Nezra will write down the translation of the inscription and start working on a cipher, just in case we need to translate more after an hour.
Beautiful. So I'm assuming you follow the path backwards?
I guess so.
Yes.
Very well. You all follow this path backwards, eventually leading yourselves out of these ruins and keep on heading forwards. Eventually, you see yourselves in front of a small forest, but the path leading into it. Would you all still continue taking that path?
Anything weird about this forest?
Nothing that you can see.
Nezra will keep on trucking.
Well,
Yep.
As long as our front line keeps going, we follow.
Yeah, let's.
Yep.
As said before, he's been chewing on this chew for a while now. Big Slow is stoned. Unless stopped, it is not a 0% chance he will wander his ass off a cliff.
amazing.
Yeah, the path will be full of wolves, and he'll just keep on moving forwards.
Amazing. You all keep heading forwards within the small forest as you eventually find yourselves in front of a crossroads with road signs. Since you did make the decipher, Nezra, I will tell you right now, one of the road signs shows towards the path that you had just come from, and it reads the ancient city of Ephesus. And there's another sign, there's only one other sign, that shows a direction towards what reads to be the city of Selçuk.
I imagine Lucian was able to read this faster than me since I need to decipher
I have it for an
first.
hour. Yeah. I read it out while I do, so all's well.
As you're reading this, you suddenly hear howling. And
Oh my god, it was wolves.
Alright. Well, Warren, the floor is yours.
So how far away are these guys?
A decent bit.
They are a decent bit. I think, just for the moment, I will do my own pack tactics and front up beside Beck, and there will be a glint of metal as a scalpel appears in Warren's hand, and then he will crouch low and start growling. I'll use a bonus action to shift.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so it just gives me a set bonus, temporary hit points, and an extra bonus to my AC.
Amazing.
And that's what I'll do for my turn.
Very well.
Because I feel
You're a
like if I
shifter.
ran off ahead, I'm just gonna get surrounded. So.
You're a shifter too?
Very well. Lucian.
Wait, you're also. I thought you for sure you were a heron gone.
No, I am 100% a shifter.
That's cool.
Dap me up, my brother. Let's go. Shifters unite.
Brother.
So I'm going to do simply what I do best, and I am going to run and hide like a child, like a small baby, and I am going to Eldritch Blast the one in the middle here.
Alright, send it away. 19 will hit.
But it does not roll damage unless you... Okay. I'll roll that too. 2. But Genie's Wrath. No, I didn't add Genie's Wrath. Okay. Once during each of your turns when you hit with an attack roll, you deal an extra 2. Okay, so it just happens. So yeah, 2 force and 2 thunder
Amazing.
for a total of 4.
It will take 4 damage.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck you, Fido. I brought a tank.
I'm just gonna use the turns of these. This will run up to here.
And I would like to use my reaction. Oh
Yes.
no, wait, I'm not shifted yet. I can't.
Okay.
Never mind. It's not my turn.
Okay.
You are bottom of the initiative. You're too high looking at the signs.
This wolf will
Oh,
run up to you all and will attempt to bite Warren. Warren, this attack has pack tactics, so it will go with advantage. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, they didn't have the pack tactics. Yes, it does.
You will be taking 5 damage.
Ooh, those would kill me, alright. Or down me anyway, but still.
I mean, at level 1, it's pretty close.
Pack of wolves is a borderline death sentence.
And it will be Nezra's turn.
Cool. So in the middle of them not hitting my allies, I would like to cast Sleep.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
Okay.
Not good. 13.
13. Who's your first target? Let me learn that first.
It's just whoever has the least
It
health.
starts
goes
from
down
the
first.
lowest health. Yeah.
Okay. So
Warren falls asleep.
I aim just so it doesn't catch my allies.
So this one falls asleep.
Yeah, the other 2 are going to be fine.
Oh shit, they just lost their pack tactics.
Until the other 2 get a little closer to the other.
Oh, does sleep negate pack tactics?
Well, they can't get pack tactics if they don't have an active ally next to them. That is actually fucking huge. Big ups.
Big slow.
Hell yeah.
It's your turn.
TPK us, Alf.
Let's fucking go. So,
What?
Big Slow is gonna notice
Please don't
we're being
TPK us,
jumped
sir.
by wolves. We'll spend his bonus action to shift as he grows to 6 foot, gaining a few inches as his legs elongate and he gets really white and really hairy, and his eyes get even redder with his albinoism.
Beautiful. Oh, before we continue with the turn, I just have to ask one thing. What is all of your passive perceptions?
11.
13.
11.
11.
15.
Hell yeah, twinsies.
Okay.
Warren's at 15. That's the highest.
Amazing. Okay. You can continue with your turn. Good stuff.
Oh boy.
Great.
Alright, so where's the invisible wolves?
Invisilwolves? I'm going to stab Fido here in the mouth hole.
Amazing. Ooh, also, your insights, please.
11.
11.
Sight for myself is 13.
Amazing.
15.
Okay, so it's the exact same. Good to know.
Same proficiencies.
Okay, let's.
Would you like to know
Go.
our investigations?
Not yet.
Darn.
I don't know why I rolled all of that straight away. I rolled a 7, a nat 1, another nat 1.
Nat
So,
1.
It's one-handed, by the way.
So 7 does not hit. But I do have a slight rule that I stole from Kitsune that I will be using.
Oh shit. Well,
Yep.
unfortunate for you.
Anytime any enemy rolls a nat 1, the creature that it is the enemy of can use a reaction to take a free attack.
I
So you will have to let me know. Does a 24 hit?
It's a crit.
That's a nat 20. Yeah.
Hey Alf,
Yeah?
fuck you does a nat 20 hit me. What do you think? I'm level 1. I've got chainmail.
So, like, you can die here.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
might be it. I hope you enjoyed Big Slow. That was the end of
I will
whose
be
tale.
rolling
I did.
the dice, actually. A total of 11 damage.
In a hilarious twist of fate, I'm still up.
Let's go!
You'll have to see it.
Oh yeah.
Where's my health on this bloody character sheet? Yes, I have 12 health.
Amazing. Amazing.
Bites me in the neck, and I'm still standing, Bucko.
It all works out.
Alright,
Gonna
any
need
bonus
fucking-
actions?
I used my bonus action. I shifted.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, Warren, it is your turn.
I think Warren's eyes are gonna go wide once he sees Big Smoke transform, but I think I'll have him go right in the guts of these two,
Amazing.
and take a crack at the one that just bit the bunny buddy. Boom.
25 will hit.
And I think I get sneak as long as
You
I'm
do,
within. Yep. Okay, so I'll deal that. It's just the base damage. So
11's
11
pretty
total.
big.
Well, tell me how you take down this wolf.
Warren will jump in between the wolves almost carelessly, and while this wolf is distracted by its opponent, Warren is going to do the smallest slice across the jugular vein or across its neck and have it bleed out like a gusher.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Alright.
Jesus.
Metal.
And then while it is raining down on his coat, turn around and face the other one.
Amazing.
Where's your pack tactics now?
Exactly.
Lucian, it is your turn.
For the one that's still standing, I will once again Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
That's only a 9 to hit.
9 will not hit.
Yeah, I know. Seeing Bixby's getting hurt, I'll at least move up, I guess. And that'll be it. I don't have a bonus action.
Very well. It is the wolf's turn. This wolf will be attacking Warren. No pack
Thank God.
tactics. Does a 21 hit?
I got a 21. How dare you? Yes.
You will be taking 5 more damage.
Sure. Okay, I'm still kicking though.
Amazing. The other wolf is still asleep. And
Sleep.
it will be Nezra's turn.
Sorry, I'm wrong. I got 4 temporary health when I shifted. I have 4 more hit points.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hooray.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, guys.
I will cast Frostbite on the wolf.
Amazing.
Could he please make a Constitution saving throw?
Of course.
DC 14.
It will fail.
Booyah. Ka-chow. Awesome. One damage.
For 1 damage.
I say ka-chow as like a little frosty hand comes and slaps it in the face.
Amazing. Well,
It does have disadvantage on its next attack though, so that's
beautiful.
thumbs up.
Yeah, where's your
Uh,
pack tactics now, fuckface?
And that would be the end of my turn. I will stay firmly. You know what? No, actually, I will. Safety in numbers. I'm afraid of the invisible wolves, so I'll move up to there and end my turn.
Amazing. Big Slow, it is your turn.
Bitchin', I am gonna bleeding uncomfortably amounts. And then I'm just gonna stab it from here, because that way I'm closest to my friendos. The lower one, not the sleeping one. Let's not wake up that mess.
Of course.
Right. Stab it.
Stab away.
Fuck's sake. Is
A
it 15?
will hit.
For 10 slashing damage, because
Tell
I'm
me.
one-handing it.
Nice
Very well.
roll.
Tell me how you kill this creature.
Big Slow, who's like bleeding from what I imagine was a definite jugular go about, is like patting it with his shield arm, looks at this wolf and just like one stroke cuts its head off and is like, ah, that one was real.
Anything else?
I'm gonna call back to the party and just be like, so, let's let the sneaky one kill this fella. And then that'll be my turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and put this one down in quotes humanely.
More blood fountains.
Get that auto crit sneak attack.
Auto crit
Yeah.
sneak attack, let's go.
I'll actually like take the time to like figure out where its heart is, and then just go straight for it.
Yep. It's
Sure.
unconscious, so that's advantage and a crit if it hits.
I do think it's always really funny. You still have to roll.
Yeah, it is funny. Watch me miss and stab myself.
Well, the dice tell a story.
Yeah, crit fail.
Well, it's with advantage,
advan-
so if you want to see
Well,
if
it
you
doesn't matter,
crit,
he crits if he
go
hits.
ahead, but you
I mean,
crit
it
anyway.
automatically
Yeah.
crits regardless, so.
Yeah.
Maybe he super crits though.
True. Are we fine with those rules? Can we get times 3?
The mega crit.
Time.
Yeah, I'll just roll the dice there, and then it's with 4 added on, and
So
2,
8 dagger damage.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
this creature is also now dead as you stab it in its heart.
As the combat dies down, Big Slow's like checking his neck, making sure he's not gonna bleed to death. And when he's like satisfied that he'll live, he pulls out more of his chew from his pocket and just looks over at Warren. So you're a shifter?
Oh, what now?
Like me. You shapeshift. As he shrinks down from his animal form and the hair sort of fades away.
I didn't know what to call it.
There's lots of
I-
things to call it, lad. My pop always called me the
I-
shifter kid.
I was human.
Oh. Right.
I somehow ended up in a rift and came out this way.
Well, mine's a little less or more dark, depending on how you look at it. My mum was working in, let's say, adult establishment, and they were like, "What if our bunny girls were actually bunny girls?" and gave off of them lycanthropy. Nope, yeah, I'm just gonna let that one just sit there, just poking a dead wolf with a sword.
Looks like both of you took some nasty hits there. Are you doing okay?
How rough does Warren look?
He's taken a bit of a flogging, but
Are
like
you bloodied? Below
Yeah.
half health. Yeah, you are.
yeah.
Big Slow's gonna reach out, pat you on the shoulder. Well, it ain't all bad. And then we'll use 3 points of his lay on hands to heal you. 3 HP.
And Warren, you had realized something before the fight had even started.
Warren, in the midst of like checking his own pulse and then checking the wounds that are still left on his body, is going to look in the direction that the wolves came from and see if he can see anything where they came from.
The direction they came from, you see structures afar. Nothing concrete. You can't really tell what these structures are. You just see very large structures in the distance.
I don't know if they were being chased off, but they didn't come here for us. We just bumped into them.
Maybe we should take a knee for a couple minutes. It's just checking that wound again. Unless one of you's packing a band-aid.
The magical band-aid that comes in a bottle.
You see, she gets it.
Well, I don't, and I'll prestidigitation the blood out of the clothes. It's about all I've got.
Still actively bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I'm fine to take a knee if we need to.
I'll live. I've used some of my hands, my healing handies, to fix him up, so we are good to keep going. I'm holding on to 2 uses in case of the worst.
Well, you
Got
two
it.
say the word. After all, it's you at the front. So if something happens, it happens to you both. Me, and Navarre, we are so far in the back, we could just run if things go south. But you two, well, hopefully it doesn't come to that, eh?
Well, I've still got my shift, so I'm good.
Well, if you insist, then lead the way.
I bet you want to. I say, if we're being tested on lots of things, right? That's how tests go. He's like taking out his tube, flicking it to the side, and getting some more.
All right. That's fine with you, big man.
Well,
To Warren in the middle as well.
Stay behind me. Don't do anything too stupid.
Don't worry, I'll be a good 30 feet behind you, just in case, but stupid would be walking in front of you. Shall we?
Just 30 feet behind me is good. I can reach you if something goes terribly wrong that way. And I'm going to start walking down the road.
Very well. As you all keep walking down the road, these structures from afar become more and more clear as you see what you assume to be buildings larger than anything you have ever seen before within Karel, all covered in moss and vines. As you get closer and closer, you see these giant metal boxes with, you can clearly tell, a different sort of wheel that's underneath them. As you slowly approach what looks to be a city left for ruin.
Do I know what these are?
No, you do not know what these metal boxes are.
Then Nezra will excitedly take the front as she runs over to one of the cool metal boxes with interesting wheels, and she starts to study them.
Easy now.
Do you have your face pressed up against the glass?
As she actually goes to run in front of Big Slow would like to sort of put a hand on her shoulder and stop her from running, and will walk with her to a box, but won't let her get out of arm's reach. We were just attacked by wolves, now running off on your own.
Right. Anyways, as she immediately turns back and pops up the hood.
You pop it up. It's just a bunch for you. It's a bunch of weird shaped metal and colored lines that you don't know what they are. A little bit of plastic inside, which I will say you have never seen plastic before, so you don't know what plastic is.
Nice. Nezra will take some diagrams drawing the inside of this metal box, and she will then take any sort of, I don't know, metal bits, wiring, plastic that she can find and stuff them into her pack.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Big So would like to use this time to do something very important. We're in a foreign land, a foreign place. I'm gonna see if I can find drugs.
Sure. You know what? City of Selchuk, so definitely plausible. Roll me investigation. Within this first metal box that you search, you do not find anything that looks like drugs that you know of.
I'm gonna be honest. That's what Big So's gonna be doing. Is he's gonna be spending this time for research purposes, just looking for drugs in the glove
Gotcha.
boxes. Like,
Amazing.
Like, I
Excellent.
imagine he, like, opens it up. There was, like, I don't know, something, like, really interesting in there, and Nezra will be like, anything cool? But there's, like, no drugs. Like, no, as you, like, close it. Move on.
the thing is the way, like, some of these cars have got to be locked. So he's gonna try the door. It doesn't work, and just start breaking the windows with the pummel of his sword, leaning in, finding cool things like phones, wallets, credit cards, a fucking GameCube or some shit in one of them. It's just like, anything cool? Nope. Throwing it all over his shoulder.
Oh, you will definitely find a map of the city, by the way.
Oh shit! Actually, I did find something.
Warren is going to spend his time trying to figure out where the wolves, if the wolves came from this area.
Well, give me a survival check. On a 17, you can tell the wolves did come from this direction.
Okay, then I'll just spend my time being the lookout because I'm slightly nervous about what the heck made a bunch of wolves
Amazing.
take off.
Amazing. Give me a perception check.
Oh,
You don't really see anything that would cause the wolves to run away. You don't really notice anything.
Hey, Egghead.
I don't know who the egghead is. I'll lift my head up.
Yeah, you. It's
Did you find
cool.
something?
I mean, I'm gonna look in the car. Can I just grab an object from inside the latest car I broke into?
Yeah, sure.
Just any old object. I'll let you decide what it is as I hold it up. This.
You have two things in your hand. One is what looks to be like a business card, and the other will be a lighter that does not work.
You'll take a look at them. The business card seems to be some sort of scroll. Pretty small one. Is it, like, can I decipher the text, or is it in common, or I don't know?
Yeah, it's not in common, I can tell you that much. Nothing within the city is written in common. It's not in the land of Karel, so you would know common for Karel, you wouldn't know anything else. You can take your time to decipher it. You have already noted down the ciphers for...
If an hour hasn't passed yet, I can give it to Lucian.
An hour has definitely passed by this point. Yeah. You do have your notes from Ephesus, so you will be able to decipher it. It looks like a business card for a small business that sells meatballs.
Cool. I'll relay that information. As for the lighter, she'll look at it, flick it a bit, and create some sparks.
Yeah, as you flick it, you definitely see the flint is still there, and it does work. You do create sparks, but nothing else happens.
This appears to be a flint and tinder of some sort, attached to some sort of container. Perhaps it's where they kept the tinder. Just a survival tool, I suppose. She'll make a note of it and pocket it.
I've done a variety of liquid substances that are flammable. I would like to try and piece together something that I might know or might.
I'm gonna do you
be
one
able...
better. You have been searching through a lot of cars. Give me a luck check, which will be a flat d20.
I'm so angry.
So I will tell
All
you
right, we're
this.
getting the bad rolls out of the way
I
now.
will tell you this. You had found a canister of gas to fill up this later. You not realizing what it was, you just threw it away.
Would I have been able to piece that together that I had something that might have gone in this, or is that?
I will say yes.
Wait. Egged, come with me. See if it was like this can. It was like this shape. It had flames on it. Let's see if we can find that. See if they work together.
Oh, right. And she'll try to search for the can.
Sure, you find the can.
Oh, here it is.
Right. How do we open this?
Whilst tinkering with it in your hand, the lid of it does open.
All right. Put it in.
All right. Close it up. Screw it shut.
Right.
Right.
Locked in.
All right. Stand back. And I'll spark it.
And it will light.
Fire! Just like the caveman.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Now, I know we talked about this, that I have two types of drugs on me. I have the chew and the smokable.
Yes.
I pull out the smokable. This is so convenient. I'm keeping this.
All right, I already studied enough. Perhaps we can even recreate more of them back.
I tell you what, I'll loan it
Back
to you when
home.
we get back. This seems like something you really up your alley.
Right.
Well, I'm going to see if there's anything else I can light on fire and get really high.
Start smoking random blades of grass.
Shall we go investigate some of these inside buildings? I mean, that's what we do, right? We're investigators, explorers, beating the shit out of wolvers.
I believe that's correct. I gleaned everything I could from these strange metal boxes, and I'm quite satisfied.
I like this one. It's like its colours. I imagine he's just hitting an ice cream van.
Sure.
Quite large. Maybe some sort of onward transportation, I would suppose.
Well, if you look at these pictures, I think they ate goo.
A nutrient paste. Highly effective for war times.
Sounds fucking were they at war, you wonder? Maybe that's where this place went to shit. Maybe it was these Ottomans.
Perhaps. They were invaded so many times.
Yeah, these guys just had shit luck. Shall we check out some of the buildings then?
Yeah, I imagine while we're talking, we're moving forwards
Of course.
towards the buildings.
You check out these buildings. Honestly, the doors are so worn down that even if you kind of touched it, it would just fall over.
Oh, Big
So-
Slow's extra ass is kicking every door in. It makes him feel powerful.
You're able to get into any room you want, any house you want. You do realize that within these large apartment buildings, a lot of people stayed within one building because you can clearly tell that there's so many bedrooms and like so many restrooms, even though you can't really understand the function of a actually functioning toilet. You do see bathrooms and you can kind of understand that this was where they kept up with their hygiene.
This must be the communal soup pot.
Well, we don't know what's been in there. Maybe we don't drink from it, yeah?
Quite the water might have gotten bad with bacteria.
I definitely know what that is.
I don't even know if I would know what that is.
I don't think you would
We'll
know
just
what
not
bacteria
bring that up.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not a doctor.
So,
The hypothesis of wartime still goes strong. These appear to be a barracks of sort, living quarters for a bunch of soldiers, it would appear.
I'm gonna go rummaging through the place, see if I can find anything else of interest. I'm looking for
I'll do
drugs.
so as well.
You're looking for drugs?
I'm looking for
You're
drugs.
at home, so... You know what? Roll me another investigation. This time I'll give
This
you
will be my-
advantage.
This will be my last looking for drugs roll, I promise. How do I mark advantage on a
And I'll just be also looking, but for
Just roll it
just
twice.
interesting things
It's
in
fine.
general.
Okay, for sure.
Also looking
Roll me
for just interesting.
Roll me investigation as well, all of you.
roll you? Another.
Passive investigation of 16.
Passive investigation 16 is amazing. Big Slow does not find drugs. For
I won't look for
16,
drugs
what do we
anymore.
wanna get? What do we want to
Yeah, no, I'm bored.
get?
Lucian is bored. Sean is having a good time.
Lucian doesn't find anything that would
I
spark
imagine
his
it-
interest.
I imagine if Lucian found a street magician kit, he'd be all about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what?
He probably did find one, but just like towed it down a set of stairs while in the house, and everything's
Just chucking
so
random things.
everything is just so gross and old.
Unlike you.
Nezra, I will give you full allowance to tell me what you find.
You know, I like the idea earlier. Nezra will find a GameCube.
Sure, amazing, amazing. You find yourself a GameCube, which is fully functional. It stood the test of time. However, whatever it is attached to did not.
Yeah, just a GameCube with 2 controllers. I'm just gonna add that to my inventory, and she'll start studying it. A storage device. Don't know how to get into it though.
We'll figure it out later.
She'll just.
So, it seems like, because I've been rooting around, they don't do narcotics in this place. There's no sign of any medicine or drugs of any sort. So maybe these were some sort of self-healing
Oh,
people.
by the way, if you were looking for drugs of any sort, you would definitely find stuff like parole, Tylenol, painkillers.
Painkillers?
Yeah.
Well, guess what I'm popping for the next 20 minutes?
Jesus.
These are like beyond expired.
Yes. Yes, they are.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, it makes them stronger.
Oh,
I've lost all feeling in my face. Yes!
So,
Exactly what I wanted.
so here's what we're gonna do. You're popping multiple of these, yeah?
Yeah, I'm literally taking a bunch of shit and seeing what it does to my body.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll a con save.
Yeah, no, valid, fair, based.
not gonna be pumping his stomach by the end of this. Not again.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Too easy.
Amazing.
Of course, the only crit I get is doing drugs.
I will say this, these don't affect you at all.
Maybe these are medicines.
It
Vitamins, maybe.
It tastes bad, but it doesn't affect you at all.
I'll hand over the rest to a newly acquired nickname, Egghead.
Egghead will take them. I don't have any alchemist kits on me right now.
We'll have to figure out what those are later.
Indeed. I guess she'll bring them to the rest if anybody else would know what these drugs are, or what they would do.
Maybe
No,
Warren?
Lucy, well, Warren, do you do drugs?
In what context?
Well, I just took a bunch of pills and they didn't do anything to me, so I'm going to see if you can figure them out. Well, Egghead is. She came up with the idea. She's quite smart.
Well, I didn't come up with the idea to do them, but perhaps these are used for medical purposes, like most drugs are intended to.
taking a fat rip while still chewing on his chew.
I don't suppose anyone here has any medical practice.
Shrink not.
Actually, I do.
Area.
I got passing knowledge.
I mean, I do
If
have
not,
medicine.
that's okay. Would it be medicine?
It would be medicine, yes.
I'll tell you what. Let me help you with this. Maybe with my expertise and yours as a bookshop owner's son, I can help you.
Sure.
I would like to give the help action
Of course.
because I'm also proficient in medicine.
Of course.
I'm totally getting away with this lie, Big Slow. You're doing a great job, buddy.
22. Alright.
Well, it's an advantage because it's a help action. Oh no, that is an
Yeah,
advantage.
that is
Wow.
I did roll it, yeah.
On a 22, I will say, Warren, you look at the packaging more so than the actual drug itself. You'll get a little bit of help from Nezra because she's able to actually decipher what is written on here. And you'll be able to find out that these are painkillers, and these have long been expired.
So I guess these have a shelf life. And
Oh.
they're past it.
Oh. Probably shouldn't have taken like 15 of them then.
I want like a week? 2?
finding the most bedside manner way of saying it's a miracle you're not dead to the paladin.
Just gonna do like just a quick examination of Pixel. Just be like, how many fingers am I holding up? Is there 2 of me?
Well, I've been seeing like 3 of each of you since we started, so that's not gonna help.
Well, he seems the same as regular.
Try and take his pulse to see if it's not going.
I think I'm on a bunch of downers. I might be literally dead.
Heart beats once an hour.
Yeah, the ba-dum.
That's
Yep.
Okay, it's going, but
It's there. There is a heartbeat. It's just rare.
It's in sync with his blinking, which is not in sync, and his eyes aren't even in sync.
I'll go follow my finger and only one eye follows.
As you all are kind of searching around the area and making sure that Big Slow isn't dying due to taking a lot of expired drugs, the nighttime slowly approaches.
Well, I say we pick one of these comfier, less run-down looking barracks and cozy up.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Who wants to take first watch? Looks at everybody, Barley. He knows the answer.
I'll take the first watch. I could do some more studying before I head to bed.
I'll lend you the lighter. Sorry,
Much
I
obliged.
wouldn't call it a lighter. I'll lend you the fire stick.
It's is it like one of the square ones or like the long ones?
It's one of the long ones.
Okay, yeah, fire stick. All right, gotcha. I'll write that down.
Do we have the rest of the watch set?
I'll take the second.
Are we split? Do all 4 of us need to watch? Yeah.
It would say
I
about
only
10
sleep half a night, so if somebody needs to rest the whole night so that it doesn't take 10 hours as per D&D rules,
Yeah.
I can just take third and that is it. That
I-
said, as soon as Bixlow started saying, so who's taking first, I'm gone.
Like Big. Soul
I am not
actually
even
leaned-
there anymore.
Big Soul actually like leaned over because what is your thing? Because I've heard it would be described as a ring before. What's yours?
No. It is a jar, I believe, that hangs at your belt,
Yeah.
covered in runes. Yeah, my little vessel.
We're
I
co-
see.
We're cozying up for the night, and then he just.
I'm just
He's
gone. But I'll take third, and that will be final watch.
Okay. Gotcha. Note it down.
And Big Slow needs his sleep because he is fucking dead, almost dying.
As you all set up to sleep and Ezra sets up to take first watch, that is where we'll be calling it for this week. First of all, thank you to all my players for being amazing and being here. It genuinely wouldn't be possible without them. They're all amazing. Please remember to check them all out. And thanks to anyone who dropped by. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who followed. This is gonna be one hell of a ride, and I am super excited. Thank you all for coming by, and I hope to see you all next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
While we are raiding out, may I have a moment?
Yes, please do. Please do.
Jake, I need you to listen very closely.
Don't you dare.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glitchnix. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
I knew you were going to get me back for singing on your string. I knew you were
Hell
going to get me
yeah.
Thank you so
Thank-
much.
Thank you.
Sean.
I'm
Thank you so
officially
much.
old years old today. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the knees popping every time you bend over. Yeah.
Oh,
Yay!
goodbye, everybody.
Oh.